The coup carried out in the United States by the Rockefeller family and their Council on Foreign Relations slaves is falling apart as the world shuns this heinous crime family. Following the exit of Donald Trump, there is a growing consensus among the power elite that Joe Biden's fake presidency is becoming a disaster movie. That is why a third alternative is being worked on at the highest levels of world power, multiple secret society sources say. As things stand, the Dragon family, the P3 Freemasons, the Knights of Malta, the British Commonwealth, the Lotus Freemasons, the Russians, and other groups have agreed that a meritocratically staffed future planning organization, with trillions of dollars in funding, is needed for the planet. The Thule Society has also been contacted to see if they would be willing to come out of hiding and make their anti-gravity and other technology available to humanity as a whole. As MI6 puts it, these backchannel discussions are the most important diplomatic discussion in the world at the moment, if not in history, if we achieve what we envisage. Since, for security reasons, these discussions are taking place via analog means, it will take at least 3 weeks for any publicly visible results, the sources also say. In the meantime, the fake Biden presidency psyops continues to degenerate. We can now confirm that no U.S. military commanders met so-called U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin when he visited Japan in mid-March. We can also confirm that the South Korean government shunned both Austin and fake Secretary of State Anthony Blinken when they visited that country after Japan. The so-called President Biden also had what was billed as his first press conference last week. However, it did not take place at the White House and no foreign reporters were there. Nor were the vast majority of the White House reporters from the Trump administration there. In other words, it was a completely staged incident using propaganda slave reporters throwing softball questions to a mentally challenged Biden look-alike who could barely read his teleprompter. While this pathetic charade denigrates the U.S. image even further, economic warfare is raging with attacks both by and against the Rockefeller Mafia and their stooges. The most obvious sign of this, of course, is the Evergreen Company ship that blocked the Suez Canal after navigating an "Up Yours" sign. Evergreen is the Secret Service code for Hillary Rockefeller Clinton, meaning this blockage was a clear message to the Rockefellers. Corporate media avoided using the company name, Evergreen, and instead referred to the ship's name, Ever Given, to divert attention. As has been reported widely elsewhere, a major Chinese highway was also blocked by a truck with the Evergreen logo on it. The message is clear: the Chinese Communist Party deal with the Rockefellers to fund their fake Biden presidency must be ended or Chinese trade routes will be blockaded. The Chinese took the blockage of the Suez Canal to be an act of war and responded by shooting down 2 U.S. military satellites, Asian secret society sources say. The short video clips below show their destruction, the sources say. The blockage of the Suez Canal and the shooting down of satellites were only the most visible recent signs of the ongoing hybrid world war. For example, the automobile industry, a remaining stronghold of Rockefeller industrial strength, is being slowly strangled by a shortage of semiconductors. NXP Semiconductors and Infineon Technologies, the world's number 1 and number 3 players in automotive chips, had their production knocked out in February by the unnatural storms in Texas. Now Japanese chipmaker Renesas Electronics, the number 2 player in automotive chips, says their plant was destroyed by a fire last week. So the world's automotive industry is grinding to a halt. We are also seeing attacks on oil and gas refineries all over the world. Again, these are key bastions of Rockefeller power. In particular, damaging attacks against Rockefeller oil facilities in Saudi Arabia have now been followed by attacks on facilities in places ranging from Mozambique to Indonesia. There is also a new spate of assassinations and executions going on. Tom Hineghan, who published the picture of Nazi CIA agent Mike Cottrell, briefly reported last week that Cottrell had been killed. That report has since been totally scrubbed from the Internet.